My bad. Hold on. Stream will be starting here in a few minutes. Just gotta do a few things real quick. Alright, I think that's been more than enough time. Hello there, chat. How are y'all doing today? Oh, wait. Darn it, the stream element went down again. Let me rerun that back up. Hope y'all are doing well. I've been having a few busy months, somewhat. You know, it's kind of my last year of college. After I do that, I won't have to deal with college anymore. You know, hopefully. You know, I've been also kind of busy with my job, but mainly I have been getting pretty lazy with my work, and I am very sorry for that. So for today, we will be working on some fan models, specifically the ones that have been commissioned a while back. It was for the 1K sub special. I have been working on a few of them, as you can see here. This is the one that was commissioned by one of the fans. He's actually one of my friends as well on my Discord server. That's our personal friend Discord server. Sorry. Let me move this down, actually. Hold on, let me move this down. Darn it, I thought I set this up correctly. Oh. My bad. I thought I had everything set up. Looks like I messed up that. But there we go. But yeah, I've been kind of working on this one. It's kind of been a bit of a struggle for me. But I did finish one of the models. Here's the Battle Cat. Once I finish all of the fan models, I'll upload all of them all together. So, based on what I remember, we have a few of them from Undertale and Deltarune, like Sans, Tenna, Chris. I think one of them was like Rousey smoking a blunt. It's kind of funny. Then there was either V or J from Murder Drones. I think I'm going to do that one in like the chibi style. The next one we're doing is this one. This is supposed to be the Severin. I don't know what game they're from, and I don't know much about their game. Their model is a little complex, so I decided to use this base model. Like, if the model has humanoid proportions like this, I decided I was just going to use the base model I use for some of my, you know, normal models that I made for nowadays. Like, you know, for base human characters. And I'll also, there's like a few more. Let me double check through a few of them while we're getting things started. Gotta go through my list just to make sure that I don't miss any of them. I accepted a few extra ones. So it could, like, you know, we could just add an extra, so that we could have just added like an extra few to it. There was a Senku, Chrom, and Gin from like Dr. Stone. Then there was like one more, I think. Sorry, this might get a little loud. There we go. Yeah, there was also Jake the dog. The person who asked for Jake the dog also wanted Minecraft Steve. I did already make Minecraft Steve. I'll need to find him, but I did already make one. I even used him in this video. I gave him a different face, but I do have a base model for Steve. Here he is with his base face. Speaking of this animation, I am working on the sequel at the moment. I already added the second room to this room. Gave it a door. And here's the door to the forgotten Nintendo characters. And I put a little poster on the wall with Mario and his friends outside. I was working on the script for this video for like a while because I didn't know how to make like an actual sequel. But then I was all like, what if I did something like, because Sakurai likes making Smash Bros, so I was thinking I could do something with like Sakurai making a collab game. Like making a fake DLC for Kirby Air Riders. And then like that fake DLC would lead into like the potential of Kirby, or like, you know, of Mario going outside, because then like Sakurai is like, hey Nintendo, can I bring Mario for a potential DLC? And then like, you know, Nintendo, you know, to get more money and stuff. That's just one of the ideas I have. I do plan to try making more animations, but I think my main problem is that, I know I've said this in a lot of videos, I've just been getting pretty lazy, and I need to focus way more on my actual animation and work. And I know YouTube isn't something that I'm doing at full time yet, but I really do want to make this something, you know, for me. Like, I want to, you know, make sure I can do stuff with my channel and make fun animations for you guys. I really hope I'm not disappointing too many of y'all, you know, with my late uploads and stuff. I don't think I am. I think I'm just, you know, being kind of dumb and stuff. I'm getting too emotional and stuff. I'm gonna try working better on this. I'm gonna do more on my work schedule. I'm gonna stop being so lazy all the time. And I'm gonna stop doing so many games. I gotta start focusing on my actual animations now. I'm getting way too lazy. I noticed that we've been making so many subscribers, and it is wild. Like, I don't know exactly what to do with that. Like, It is insane. Over 3,000 subscribers from like one video was kind of crazy. I was like, should I make like a video? But then I'm all like, I don't know how to make a video for that. So I just decided to kind of just do a live stream where we can work on the 3D models that some of the fans requested. But yeah, no. I'll make sure to work more on my other animations, and I'll make sure to finish these two, like the sequel to the Mario Needs Help animation. I'll make sure to make that sequel probably around the time when SpongeBob releases in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Speaking of which, I can't wait for that to come out. It'll definitely be fun to play that, especially with y'all, because that's when we're going to do our game stream. It's going to be on Saturday this week. I could probably invite some of my Discord friends to this, and we could try, getting on a call with them, if y'all want. You're going to hanging out with them. Alright. So the main plan for today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to finish up this model right here, Red Severin. And then after we finish this model, we'll move on to the next. I can let y'all decide that one, or we can just I could just pick it as well if y'all want me to. I saw the Cadicarus. No, wait. I saw a TED Talk that featured Jim Caddick, aka Cadicarus. Honestly, that was very inspiring. He talked about how chasing content kind of killed out his creativity. And how throughout the years, the more he kind of focused on the creative aspect on his channel, the more it actually helped him financially and stuff. And I find that inspiring. Not saying that I went through anything that he's went through. He's been through some, pretty rough stuff, as I've heard from the TED Talk. I'm really glad that he's doing all right, though. He's one of my top 10 YouTubers. I like him. Are you excited for The Amazing Digital Circus episode 7? I haven't watched too much on The Amazing Digital Circus. Based on what the marketing was, from what I've seen in the last episode with I think it was the gun episode. Definitely feels like something bad might happen. I don't know. Oh, we'll see. Seems like it's mainly a beach episode, if I recall, from the trailer. Let's see, there's these gold pads right here. I remember there was wait, where am I at? Sorry, I forgot where I was at where I was. What? Ooh. What am I doing? So, yeah, Cadicarus was on a TED Talk. He was talking about all the struggles of being a content creator, and I thought that was pretty inspiring, honestly. So I kind of might want to try something like what he was doing, going for more of the creative stuff of what I kind of want to do as well, rather than just doing content stuff, because it's also kind of the reason why I might not want to do the Saja Boy dance anymore, because that one I wasn't too sure of working on. How am I going to do that? I wasn't too certain of working on the Saja Boy dance. Not because, I'm not too much of a K-pop Demon Hunter fan. I thought the movie was alright. It's just, the dance does, take a while. And, I did get pretty lazy with it, and, the nervous feeling of, oh my gosh, is it trending now? Is it trending? Am I sure this is trending? I get nervous about that stuff sometimes. So I don't know if I'm going to fully work on that as much anymore. But I do want to try working on other things. I thought of making some, fight practice animations so that I can, work on this. I've been kind of doing some work on this here and there. making some special effects. Some of them have been added. I think this one was new. Was that one new? I don't fully remember. But I've been doing some work with this, but not too much, because, you know, I'm kind of struggling with how the choreography could work with this one. So I might try doing some practice fight animations, like Kirby fight animations, to try to make it easier. Oh, I know what I can do with this one. I can just make the circle here. So that way, when I make the fight for Nazo versus Sonic, instead of just, you know, instead of like, you know, just having them normally fight each other, it could be more than that in a way. Don't know too much on how to phrase that. Like, you know. I was also thinking of maybe trying to do more, like, I kind of want to do, like, a story time animation. And I said that, like, when I was in, like, my 600 subscriber special, if I can remember. Was it 600? Yeah, it was 600 subscriber special. Hey, Exit. We're just working on some subscriber models real quick. Or, well, not real quick. We're gonna be working on them for the majority of the stream, actually, yeah. But I'm kind of thinking of wanting to do, like, maybe a storytime animation sometime in the future. I just think it might be kind of interesting to make one of those. Especially since I haven't seen too many 3D animators try something like that. I also want to try maybe making animations kind of like how Winterman does his animations, because that's kind of cool. He just kind of makes animations however he feels like it. I just get kind of nervous sometimes on, you know, content, and like, you know, is this gonna get views or not? And so sometimes I overthink about stuff, and I also just get lazy. I can't overlook the fact that I just get lazy a lot sometimes. Is that big? That is not big enough. I need to make that bigger. So I might try going for more of like a different approach on how I do some of my animations later. I mean, my channel hasn't really grown as much. It's still pretty new and fresh with animations, and even though I did hit like 3,000, like, you know, I know, what? Hold on. I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say. Like, even though, like, we are, like, around, like, even though I did, like, hit 3,000 subscribers, which is still a lot, and I'm very thankful for that, I'm kind of, it does kind of make me feel nervous about, like, I think I'm over-talking about this. Yeah, I'm over-talking about this. I need to calm down. Alright. Let's focus on this real quick. Sorry about that. I was just overthinking about things. Let's just focus on these models. I like the aspect of this character's design. It looks pretty cool. I was trying to look up images on the character to use as reference, but I couldn't tell, like, if they were like a guy or a girl, because of like how some of the art portrayed them, especially how some of the fan art portrayed them. I don't want to get too much into the fan art that I did see about this character. I do notice like a lot of the lines on this character, so I'll be making sure to outline some of that. There we go. Let's see. So they also have lines around the neck part right here. Seems to go up this point right here. Oh, I forgot to turn mirror mode on. Whoops. Oops. So it's right there and right. Nope. Right there. Let's make sure we double highlight this one. One of the problems I think with texturing characters is the UV mapping can sometimes, you know, mess up on me, like right here. I don't focus too much on it, and probably won't focus too much on this one as well, because, you know, I want to make sure we can get through all the other fan models, but I'll make sure that I can make these models look as clean as possible, like this one. I'm thinking this one is looking pretty good. Yeah. Also, make sure to put in extra details. I noticed they still have these like white stripes and stuff on the bottom of their feet. Let me actually try adding this on the character real quick. Let's see. Let's select the knee joint. Add element. It's a circle with knobs sticking out. So we'll go ahead and use a we'll need a cylinder. Make it kind of low poly. Or should I just make it a plane? That or a cube? Nah, my art's low poly, but not too low poly. There we go. Something like that. Let's decrease the size. Like that. Now let's put it near the knee joint. So those of you just joining, welcome. We'll just be working on we'll just be working on making fan-made models for now, or just, you know, fan-requested models for the 1,000 subscriber special. I did accept a few of the extra requests to just add an extra bit of it, like, you know, add an extra bit of it to the to the requests and stuff. Sorry, but yeah. We'll just be working on this for now. I do have to help my father here in a little bit. He's we got some stuff going on outside that I need some help with, but I got plenty of time to work on stuff for y'all. Let me quickly put a texture on here. Cancel. There's that. Oh, did it accidentally take these ones too? It did. Let's move those. We'll move those right there. Has a little indent there. Maybe there's like... First, let's color that. Element. There we go. Oh no, I know what to do. I'll use a cut tool. Or I can use a loop cut. There's a loop cut. Yeah, something like that. Wait, no. No. Wait, I'll use a cut and I'll cut it from here. And then use a knife tool. And cut from this point to this point, and then this point to that point. No, wait. What if I do instead this point? Am I on the line? Is it snapping on the line? To this point, and then that point to that point. Done. Okay, now let's move these vertices. So this one's at, you can see where the vertices are at from the top right. This one's at negative 0.617, and this one is at negative 0.6298. So we can take the point from this one and put it to that one. And now this one moved to where this one is. Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I might be able to actually make this. Oh, whoa. Uh-oh. I think my Wi-Fi just went out for a second. What game is this from again? I don't know. Sorry about that. It took me a second. My brother just came into the room. He had to tell me something. He's telling me that they were actually able to fix the problem outside. So we might be able to be on this stream for a little longer than I thought. Let me look that up actually real quick, where this character's from. He said it was the Red Severin. Let's see, Red Severin, Littletail. Is that the game? Let me see. Littletail. Let me look it up if that's the game. Littletail game. Littletail story. Oh, looks like the game. Yeah, it might be the game. Littletail Story was a free-to-play online social role-playing game developed by CyberConnect 2. Yeah, I think that might be the game he's talking about. Looks like all the characters do kind of follow the similar aspect to the character. Oh, it looks kind of fun. Looks like it, though, it doesn't look like it's on online services anymore because it says was a free-to-play. That's unfortunate. That is interesting to know about. I didn't know that this character was from a free-to-play game. Alright, so let's see. Take this one and then put it right here. Oops. Looks like it didn't add up. Or it did add up, but it's not evening out. Then we'll have to, yeah, then we'll have to even it out for this. Unless, if I just do it now. Ah, it's not doing it. Oh, that's unfortunate. This is not doing it. It's not responding. Unless if it's not that, and it's this. Yeah, it was that. I was just being weird. All right. So now we do this part. This one's gonna be a bit of a tricky one. First, let me just make sure all these sides are cut. Yep, those sides are cut too. We'll get rid of all these faces right here. There we go. And now we're gonna copy this face, transform, and flip across the x-axis and merge the vertices. Then we're gonna copy all these faces, transform, flip across the z-axis. Oops. Mesh selection, my bad. I forgot to copy that. Flip across the z-axis and then merge those vertices. And there we go. And now we have this little divot right here. It's a little wide, so I'll just, let's just scale it down a bit. There we go. Yeah, this is actually kind of the first time I've tried this. Nice. Guys, we did it. We added a little minus symbol into the screw thing. I don't know what this is. I don't know much about this character. All right. I do have a planned animation parody series. It's called, I was gonna call it like Sonic Zeros, but that name's kind of already taken. I might call it something else, but it was I was basically gonna make an animation parody series of video games, where it was basically just gonna be my take on like a video game's story. But I can work on that later. First, I'll make sure to finish any animations I have for you guys, like that Kirby sequel. I still have to finish this. I'm getting lazy. I need to finish this right now. We'll work on that later. All right. Let's not focus on that right now. Let's focus on the fan work first. All right. Now let's do this. Let's give it some shading on the sides. Ooh. Yeah, that's good, actually. That looks pretty good. There we go. I don't think I'm going to put shading on this leg because I think the texturing looks fine. I might, actually, because a bit of shading right there. Alright. Then we'll add the white line to the foot, add some extra... Yeah, we'll add the white line to the foot, the gold parts here. Oh, he has another circle right here on his shoes. I didn't realize that. Here's a little line, there's a little buckle on his feet. I didn't realize it. He's got a little buckle like Sonic the Hedgehog. Wow, he has a buckle like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, Peter.
Sorry. Once we finish that, we'll be able to move on to the next fan model. Let me just go ahead and... So... Maybe I can get another reference image in here? Let me work on that. Oh, wait, is that how the buckle works? Yeah, let's copy the image here. Oh, wait, oh, right. Reference image from clipboard. There it is. So that's what the character's design does kind of look like from the game. His gloves might need to be extended out a little bit. That's weird. I'm gonna keep the gloves how they are, like these ones. Like, you know how they look right here? Like, he's got like a different style for a lot of these. These might be like different games. But it looks like the buckle goes all the way around. Like this knee pad. I'll make it a little bit bigger. 1, 2, 3. There we go. There we go. I'm also thinking of making a animation for Pezzy. He's a YouTuber I've been watching, and I thought it would be kind of cool to make an animation for him. I've just been kind of, you know, thinking of what to animate. But I'll work that out later. We'll work it out later. I'll work it out later. That's for me to think about, not for y'all to think about. I'll keep my personal stuff to myself now. let's see. It seems like the buckle, you don't have to exactly make it like a, I know, I'll just do this. You see it cut from the center here? Yep. Just do the same thing we did for the buckle. Let's do the same thing we did for the buckle. There we go. Wait. Oh! I forgot I had sound effects. Whoops. What was that? Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, maybe I can see it on the stream. Oh, a new subscriber! Thank you for subscribing. That's awesome. Thank you. I wasn't able to see the name. Well, thank you for subscribing, whoever subscribed. I really gotta figure out how to add stream elements for me to see in like here. Gotta work that out. Let me just, there we go. Connect colors. It's kind of like the rough of it. Yeah, it's kind of like how it is in the drawing right here. Or sort of. Let's try to thin it out. Yeah, like that. Then there. There we go. That looks better. Let's take this. Move you down to 1. Nope, nope, no. Actually, let's raise you up a little bit. Let's do this. Oop, nope. Then there. Just a lightly darker shade. Nah, slightly darker. There we go. Like a nice amount of dithering. I just know that dithering kind of gives off like an old retro kind of texturing vibe. So I want to try adding that more into my modeling. I'm still kind of new to it though. There we go. Let's remove this real quick so we can just... There. Let's put it back. That's good. Then we can add dithering here to the foot. Let's make a slightly darker shade for the foot here. Back then, when I was first making art, or like pixel art, it was back when I had a character, as this guy right here. First, he started off as like an alien creature, but I wanted him to also, like, I wanted it to be easier to animate with him, so I then turned him into a Kirby character in like Soul Ruin. So I made him like a hybrid character of a. It was like a sour. His name is Sour Note. He's a hybrid. Basically, well, not a hybrid. He's basically just a Poppy Bros Jr. He's a Poppy Bros Jr. just with like a different design now. But back then, he basically was just a Poppy Bros Jr. with a green beanie. Because I didn't want to do too much texturing on him. Because I mainly just wanted to go into animating. Oh, I forgot this. I can put that there in a minute. Can actually just really quickly fix that real quick as well with the colors. But for my character, I used to give him pillow shading because I didn't know too much on shading. And pillow shading is basically shading with the same color. And while pillow shading is something that, you know, you can do, I don't think it was like fully recommended in like from what I was doing, like especially with like low poly and sprite models. Need to remove you again. Looks like I was wrong. Yeah, you need to be removed. But like, yeah, I then like started to learn more on actual shading so that I could, you know, make him look a lot better. And now he looks like this, completely different from how he originally looked. Kind of crazy, right? I can actually see who recently subscribed. Why didn't I do that earlier? Hold on. Sorry, I just realized I'm gonna check this real quick. Don't worry, we got some time to kill. Let me. Now wait. No, I can check it like through my phone. There we go. It shows here that I think my latest subscriber was Little Chip. If that was you, then thank you for subscribing. If that wasn't you, Little Chip, who subscribed on the live stream, I do apologize. However, like, thank y'all again for subscribing, and I really do appreciate y'all for watching my content, for subscribing to my channel. I'll make sure to do more to push out my animations faster. I want to try doing something like I'll try doing something like a monthly animation thing first, or like at least like, you know, at least try once a month to have an animation out. But at sometime in the future, I do hope to, you know, try doing a weekly thing or something like that. I don't know if it'll fully be possible, maybe like through shorts, but I do want to make sure like I can do something like that, like most YouTubers making weekly animations, because that would be cool. That'd be cool to do. We'll put a line here. We'll thicken up that line a little bit. There we go. Wait. Ah, I knew it. Let's go ahead and color that. There we go. I think we'll work on fan models here for... we'll work on fan models for about an hour or two, and then if y'all want to, we can, we can switch over to, you know, working on animations. I was kind of just wanting to focus on the fan models for this one, so that I can get these out to y'all, because I feel like I haven't been fast enough with these. But I do also, you know, want to make sure I work on my animations as well on this one. Oh, we'll see what happens. We'll see where this goes. So this needs to go. This is actually this right? No, it's not. It needs to be here. There's the foot. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and the textures. All right, we'll fix that. First, I'll need to. Sometimes the mapping gets kind of weird with textures, so I'll just grab them, go from a top view or from the view that I need to be looking at them from. Then I'll just UV project from view, And there we go. Now now all the pixels from that texture frame are all straight. You now take the, there we go. Oh, I think the mirroring is messing up on this one. There we go. Okay. So we'll just take this all the way to the tip of the shoe. That's where we'll put the golden thing there. Let me go ahead and try to get a color for that real quick. Oh, we do have a color for that actually. I'll grab this one. Let's see, so it'll start, we can start it from right here. This one the mirror can't come back. Oh, but these can't be mirrored anymore. Let's do my other method. Bye-bye. Oh, but wait. Let's make sure if we cut it. No, not you. This one. If we cut it, this one's not split. Then let's split that. There we go. Now if we cut it, there's no consequences. Cut. Alright. Now, let's get to adding some gold to these shoes. Another reason why, another thing, no, not a reason, what? Something I am gonna do for the next animation, the second part, is that I'm actually having one of my friends record for Kirby. I'm waiting for one of them to record their lines. It'll take them a bit, but I know they won't take too long. It's just a few lines, and yeah, it's just a few lines. It'll just not too much. But yeah. Ooh, I think that actually looks kind of. Let's split that. No. Let's go ahead and backtrack. Sorry, just had to take a second there. Let's go ahead and finish these boots. Put a connector there. Put a connector here. It's overfilled here. Let me fix that real quick. Maybe I can raise the feet a bit. There we go. Oh, I accidentally zoomed out too much. Yeah, it's kind of got like little elf feet in a way. So they kind of go up. Maybe here. Let's add that. And then lower these slightly down. Slightly. There. Well, something like that, yeah. Oh, something weird just happened. My mouse disconnected for a second, my bad. My Wi-Fi is incredibly low at the moment. But I think that's just on my side. I don't think it's going to be too effective for y'all, I don't think. If it is effective, y'all can tell me if the stream's lagging. Okay, so he has like gold prongs on his feet. I don't understand what this part is though. I don't know if I can fully add that. I might be able to actually though. Let's see. He's got like a gold slip here. Maybe if I just... Let me fix that real quick. I know what I forgot to add. I forgot to add some music. Let me go ahead and do that real quick for y'all. Sorry about that. I kind of forgot to add some music. Let's do some... There we go. Yeah, like that. Something like that. And we'll use a darker shade. Just gonna add a little bit of rough here to know what to add over. And there's a detail in a little bit. There we go. Hello, Fiction. Nice to see you here. How you doing? There we go. Ooh, I know what to add. We'll add a cube. Now we'll just keep it there. The Mario music might be getting a bit repetitive here. Let me switch it up real quick. Let's try... There we go. Like that. Sorry if I'm not checking chat as much. Kind of focusing a little bit much on the text, kind of focusing too much on the textures. Sorry. There we go. So let's see. So these things have like kind of like soccer shoes. So then no, that's the wrong color. Actually, let's try making this. There we go. Since those are the bottom of the shoes. Alright. Severin looks like he's. It looks like they're getting them somewhere. Sorry, I shouldn't assume. Alright. There we go. That needs to be trimmed. Oh, it mirrored. There we go. Looks like some stripes follow off of this part. And it looks like this gold, this piece actually is more connected to that. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Let's try fixing that. There's a way to. Because adding a circle pattern up here will be difficult, especially with the texture. Let's see, maybe if I can. Here, let me quickly just remove this. Since I put that in the wrong place. Oh, I didn't know he had a pattern on. Oh boy, I don't even know what that is. let's try maybe right here, lining it up, and then there. Like this big, and then yeah, like that. Could be bigger. Yeah, like roughly that size. It does a little bit clipping, but I think we can work with that. There we go. I think that looks good. It's not exact, but well, yeah, it's not exact. But it does keep the red pattern on the sides. Stream's been up now for about an hour. We'll keep going at it for a bit, and I'll make sure to get started on, I think we'll start on one of the Deltarune ones next. We'll do... We could do, like, I think maybe like Sans or Chris, because those were one of the two that were requested. There we go. Then we'll take you, make it slightly darker. Unless if this was the slightly dark. Yeah, that's the slightly dark. So instead of using that, we'll use this one. Wait, is that the right? Maybe this one actually? No, those are the same color. We'll make this one slightly darker. Ah, I messed up. Was that? That was the really dark one. There we go. And then we can use this one for dithering. Let me just check chat real quick. Alright. Just want to make sure I'm not missing out on any messages. I haven't quite figured out a way to check on messages from chat. And to the person who did request this model, I'm sorry that it's not going to look exact. I kind of did want to make them in kind of the style I make most of my other models, like Mario. But like in the future, like if there's any like future requests for other characters, I'll try to make more improvements. I'll try to make more improvements to the models I do make here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take that. Actually, that looks pretty good. Doesn't need that much. The shading on this one is a little too dark. Let's go ahead and change that. Yeah, like that. That actually makes it look a lot better. We'll change it on these ones too. Nope. Just on those ones too. So that makes it look like they're slightly disconnected. They're like kind of hovering off. There. I like that. Well, it looks like Severin is getting there. I got the gloves, I still need to get the stripes, so I'll make sure to work on the stripes. Stripes on these arms right here, stripes on these parts. Let's see, so looks like they have it's like a pattern. Goodness. This is kind of confusing. I'll need to also add some more stripes onto this one too. Once I finish the stripes, then he might be ready to, might be ready. We're basically done for that. Once I finish all of these models, I'll upload all of them to Sketchfab, so that all of the viewers or the people who requested them, they can they can go over and they can just download the models that they want. They can download the models that they requested, and yeah, they can just go use them for like all the stuff they're on, like VR chat and all that stuff. I remember people were asking me to upload the Jax model. I haven't gotten to that yet. I'll try working on uploading the Jax model to Sketchfab, so that if anyone wants to use that. A little wide. I'll rotate that panel here in a second. And that's going way too close to the middle. These need to rotate about that way. This one needs to rotate about that way too. Alright. And there's an underneath line. We'll need to use the shaded version of that. Oh wait, this one's not fully... There, let me remove the jacket. Oh hey! I never would have seen that. Oh wait, wrong one. Got a bit rushy on this one. Had a project. This line I got a little bit rushy because I had like a project. I think it was sometime. Was it on? It was sometime a few weeks ago when I was drawing that line, if I can remember. That I had like a project I was doing for college. Once I graduate college, that'll definitely open up a lot of free time for me. I'll be able to work a whole lot more on animations when that's done. Try connecting it from the, yeah, like that, and then whoa. This thing spread out fast. Whoa. What's up with this face? I didn't know that happened. There we go. There we go. There. Yeah, that was on the color. Huh. It's turned out pretty good enough. This song's giving off Gary, I'm sorry I neglected you vibes. Yep. Might need to split this one down the middle too, or like the back part. Because it's not mirroring on, or no, I didn't activate mirror. Yeah, I didn't activate. Ah! I should just fix that actually. Actually, let me make the lines a lot closer. There we go. I think that's all the striped lines on his model. It's on his wrists. Okay. All right. Let's see. So, looks like he has a line that goes here. I think that's just a little extra detail. I could try adding that real quick. Also, yeah, I'll go ahead and put some shading here. It does look a little way too, like, odd with having just this weird divot in the in-between. Like, you know, the side part of it's like a, you know, body. Like, you know, like his around his waist. What am I saying? Ugh. Maybe I'm not that cut out for live streaming. Like that. Well, let's make it a bit lighter, actually. Ooh. don't know what's up with this. Might need to go back and you know, I need to go back might need to go back after stream and try to figure this out later. Oops, I accidentally opened up a different software. There we go. Now, does that help this part of the body? Yeah, I mean, I think so. All right, let's see. I noticed that. Let's go ahead and add a little bone. Yeah, I'll make it a plane. There we go. This song sounds like it's from Sonic and the Black Knight, but I might be wrong because I just hear it sounds like one of the strums from the guitar sounds like the part from Night of the Wind. I don't know, I might be wrong. Could just be very wrong on most of my Sonic Black Knight knowledge. I know this song. It's from the water. It's I think it's the third act from the water level in Sonic Colors. I listen to this a lot at work. It's very calming and I like it. There we go. That might actually be taken the wrong way. Let's hold on, I just realized. Hold on. I think I drew that wrong. Ooh, no. I'm so dumb. What the hell am I doing? Okay, maybe not a bone. Maybe not a bone. Sorry. I just realized just a little too late that I probably shouldn't be drawing that, especially on the live stream. Yeah, no, sorry, Nexus, we might not add a bone on this one. I'll try adding a bone later before I upload it, but I probably won't draw it because I just realized it didn't exactly look like a bone when I drew it. Alright. Well, I think the model looks pretty good for now. I'll go ahead and duplicate. There we go. And there we go. Now they got their limbs, they got their tail, hair. Well, let me actually fix that a little bit. Let me try shrinking the back part of their head. Well, that's not working. There. No. Okay. It's kind of hard to do this without like a... It's kind of hard to make this model, especially without... Because I can't exactly find a reference sheet of it, so that's why I kind of used the base I already have. Let's see here. I might go back later and like, you know, after stream to you know, fix this up a bit. But I'm thinking this is looking pretty good, like kind of in the style that I go for some of my models. But yeah, I'll try to aim more for the actual head that this character has, because, you know, realizing it now, and the character heads I already have weren't exactly proper enough for this model. For now, we can take a for right now, if that's all right. I'm gonna take a pause in this one. Don't worry, I'll make sure to get this one finished. And I was thinking we can move on to the next model that someone commissioned, which was a Sans model. Go ahead and name that real quick. Let me quickly look up. Oh, whoops! Wait, why did I do that? Sorry, my bad. Sorry, my bad, Nexus. Let me grab that back. I tried to make space. Ugh. There you go. I'll leave this image right here for now, and we can like work on this model here a little bit. After a little bit, I'll just go ahead and remove some of this. This was for like Kirby from earlier, so we don't need that. This was for the Battle Cat. The Battle Cat's already finished. Here's the Battle Cat. So I don't think I need this one for now. This one was for Sour Note, but I already finished him a while earlier, so we don't need that anymore. So let me just go ahead and grab some Sans reference images. There's actually a lot of like turnaround sheets for Sans, but I don't want to like take one that's already made by somebody else. I don't know, I don't want to feel like I'm stealing from somebody. I mean, I technically did that with Sonic. I don't remember what it was, but it was like someone else, like, you know, I did use like a reference sheet. It was in the, like, I think it was the Uikiwa art style for Sonic, like the old art style for Sonic Adventure. Someone made like a turnaround sheet for that. I don't remember who made it, but I did base like my Sonic model off of that. But I do want to, like, you know, try to be, you know, try to make my models a little bit, like, you know, original, like, you know, have a different setup. So here, let me just grab a Sans. Copy image. There we go, there's one. Let's pretty good. I can technically see kind of how's like his head works. Let me try seeing if there's like a Sans Smash Bros turn around. Reference image from clipboard. There we go. So there's another Sans right here. All right. Let me just get back to the stream. Alright, let's see if we can try making Sans now. We'll go ahead and start from a first person angle. Oh, there you are, Kirby. Let me see you real quick. Ooh, I know. No. Let me go back to here. Let's image from clipboard. And then try to make him as stationed as possible. There we go. It's like a good place to start. I think like his body kind of moves here. All right. So we'll go ahead and give him, I'm thinking an 8-sided face for his head. That'll be a good start. Let me go ahead and move Sans. Just try to make him centered. There. And then there we go. Nope. There. All right. Shiny head. Sans' head. It's pretty flat right now. So let's see. The cheeks are like very prominent, while the back of the head, it's kind of like a Jasper. No, Casper. That's what I'm thinking of. Casper. Casper the Friendly Ghost kind of head. But like if Casper had like a very wide grin. And like if Casper didn't have a nose. So I'll need to work off something like that. Let's see, is there like a... I think that's a fan-made one. I mean, I could try using that. Let's see. Who made this? Oh, I can't see who made this. Hold on, I'm trying to find a side profile for Sandsy Boy here. Maybe I could actually just use the in-game sprite. In-game sprite is it like, you know, like from the when you just walk around to is that properly up to scale? No, it needs to be a bit smaller, surprisingly. This one's kind of difficult, actually. Let's first... Let's do it right here. Let's try moving them into kind of where I feel like it could go. We'll move it first where I think it would go first, and then we'll see from there. Like that's where the face is. Hold on, like that's the middle part? Yeah. So that's good. And that's the cheek. That's the face, or like that's the mouth. What am I saying? What? Okay. Big indent right here. Doesn't really need to be there. Let's try moving these up. No, that's not working. It's like I know that's supposed to be like where the nose is, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to have like a whole crater right here. Especially when his nose doesn't go that wide. Ow. Let's actually just, let's pull this in there. Okay, yeah, that's better. Alright. Let's try the side angle again. So the rest of it is like just like kind of smooth-ish. Check chat. Nothing new on the chat yet. That's fine. It's mainly a work stream. We don't need to talk too much. Once we do a game stream, then I'll try to be more interactive. Also, sorry that this stream had a weird startup. I guess I got a little too... I guess that's just a little too much like I was just a little too in my head about like overthinking things. I'll try to be less like that when I do streams, because I should leave that more so just personally with me. I'm very sorry that I did that, y'all. I'll make sure to avoid doing that. Like, you know, being weird and whatnot. Let's see. There we go. Maybe like not all the way. Yeah, like that. So then this is like where something confusing gets in, because I don't know if lots of hiccups here. Hold on. Okay. Let's try doing my favorite method. Probably should have did this earlier. Oh, not all of them got cut. There we go. There. So now we have a way to edit him without getting too much of it. Edited. Like, you know, now we can edit him without having to worry too much about it the other side. That's what I meant to say. I was trying to do a Stewie Griffin voice. It did not work. Alright, let's see. So if this is where, like, I feel like the cheek would... It's like, this is where the mouth would be. I feel like an extra line right here. You know what? I am putting a little extra into this, unlike the Severin, which I just used the base. I kind of just realized that. So, you know what? For the Severin, I will actually go back later and change the head. I'm sorry. I'll make sure. I'll do that for you. I'll do that for you. Sorry. I gotta double check his name on here real quick. I think it was Nexus. Yeah, Nexus. Alright. So now there's cut right here. Kind of gives off like a little bit of a mess. We can work with that. I make messes all the time. I can work with messes. Too flat. Ooh, what's that? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so... And then we can take this, or maybe like push this out a little bit. Oh, great. Is there a face here that needs to be there? No, it doesn't look like it. Unless, is there... Something's there. Yeah, something's there. I see it. These faces just need to be, hold on, rearranged. Let's try lifting one of these. There we go. This is new. Unless if this has like always been there, I haven't seen lines like this before. I don't know if it's easy for y'all to see, but I see a line going from here and it just keeps going. That might have always been there before and I might be overreacting, but I don't know. I tend to do that sometimes. Alright, let's these. Do that. Trying to get a grasp of how I'm gonna handle this head. These ones need to change into one face. There. There we go. And then all these become one line, and then they can mesh like that. Didn't realize how weird this part of the back of the head looked. Let's fix that. Let's try to maybe make this. Let's make this part of the cheek prominent. And then have this kind of like follow that prominence. Yeah, something like that. Kind of gives off a bit of a Squidward, but I can kind of see it. Like, you know, you see the smile, it goes up, rounds around here, goes down here. Because, like, Sans does have, like, a smile where, like, you know, it kind of presses out his skull. Kind of gives him, like, cheeks in a way. Yeah, we'll push it in a little bit. That way it's not just, you know, too far out. There. I have a way for drawing indents, like, you know, like the eye indent he has here. You know, drawing that into the head. Let me do that real quick. I'll take a model, I'll texture it. I'll have the texture be any, like, amount, like we can just make it 16. And then I'll make it slightly transparent. That way I can see the face. Transparency doesn't work that much in Blockbench, but if you look at it from an angle like this, it works really well. So then I'll take the transparency and I'll just kind of work out how I want the eye to look. I feel like this would be a lot better rather than just making the eye a texture. There we go. I'll also do that for the nose real quick. Let's just, there we go. Sorry that my model is like a mess of wires. I do that a lot with my models, that they all just end up being a giant mess of wires. I'm not the best kind of modeler. But I'll get there. I just need time, and I need to stop being so lazy. I'm snoozing, I'm woozy, and I just want to go back to bed. There we go. Oh, are you making a model for Sans? Who requested it? Sorry, I didn't see that comment earlier. My bad, Warcry. This was a request made by, let me double check their name. Sorry, I don't have a list on the names. I kind of just go back to videos, but I did make sure to, you know, save the requests. This was a request made by eBay Dirtblock. eBay Dirtblock asked for Sans from Undertale. They also asked for Tenna from Deltarune. And Warcry, I did notice you also asked for Tenna from Deltarune. So I'll also make Tenna from Deltarune with Chris. Originally, I was just going to have it to where people only request one. A few of them only got, you know, a few of them only got one. But I'll see what I can do. I'll try to do as many as I can. I won't do any more of them in the any more that are added in like now, because that's like gonna be way too much for me to do. Sorry I didn't respond to that soon enough. I was kind of putting in the knife tool. There, yeah. There. Is it not adding? Is it not adding? Let's see. Why can't it do that? Is it like the face? It might be the face. Let's see. Yeah, there's like a face missing here. Ooh. That's one of the things I don't like about this. I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do. I'll add a... No. Don't worry about the vertice. No, don't. Darn it. It's going to keep worrying about it anyways. There. Oh my. Oh my. Is that still the same face? Is that still the same face? That's still not, that is not the same face. What happened to the face? It's gone! Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna just delete that face. Okay, there. I don't know what I was trying to do, but I'm fixing that now. There. Okay. Let's go ahead and take his nose and his eye. And then we will extrude it. And since it's Sans, we'll just extrude it inwards like a lot. Since, like, you know, since he's a skeleton, it'll just go straight in. There. Like that. So now if we just, like, color everything like this, like, we'll just take white, put the white here. We'll just take black, put the black here. Highlight everything. Mesh it all together. Put the, oops. Put the white. With the white. Don't worry, this won't mess up with the UV mapping. Ooh, but it did mess up with that. It's a good thing we did. It's a good thing I made sure not to save that. Alright, let's see. So it must have been when I did this. Yeah, I went too far with it. Okay. Alright, we'll just make it this far. There, that way it doesn't break. Alright. I honestly was thinking you were about to say comic for a second. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you want to, you can make a different request instead of Chris real quick. You can change your request real quick, but like I won't do too many changes in the requests. So I'll just give you like one since you are here if you want. Jesse from Minecraft Story Mode. All right, I could try doing that. I mean, I do have. Let me just find him actually. Where the heck is my Steve? There he is, Steve. Yeah, I could just take my Steve model and, you know, give him some stuff. Oh, the female one? Oh yeah, I can also use it. Then I'll do it on Alex. Hold on, let me grab Alex. Got Alex here too. Then yeah, I can do it with Alex instead. Let me grab. But we'll do that later. But yeah, sure. I'll change it to instead of Chris, it'll be a female Jesse. I'll make sure to grab a reference image for that for later. We are now at the 2-hour mark of the stream. I think I'll do 1 more hour. I do have, like, you know, a bit of class I gotta do. I gotta study a bunch of, like, websites for one of my assignments. Next year, I'll definitely be way more productive, especially since it'll be, like, you know, I'll either graduate this year or next year from college, which will be thankful, because then I'll have way more free time, and the only thing I'll have to worry about is if I have to stay late at work again. Like, there was this one time, like, they wanted me to print this PDF at work, and because my PC was so slow, I had to stay there for so long, and I stayed there, and when I was walking out, I realized it was 8:30 in the evening, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. I'm not gonna say what the company is. It's not a bad place, and I'm still pretty new there. I need to still like get the gist of whatever's going on over there. And I'm not gonna blame them for, you know, being inactive on YouTube for a while. Like, you know, not being as constant with my uploads. But like, yeah. I do. My job does get pretty busy sometimes. Let's get back to work on Sans. So the Sans head seems pretty fixed. Let's go ahead and untexture him blank. So this is what his head looks like, and we can make it look even better if we take the mesh selection and transform it and flip it across the z-axis. Huh, it looks like that Gmod model. It does. It looks exactly like the Gmod model. Oh my. I just realized the nose has like an extra vertice in here. Let me fix that real quick. Or like it's missing a face is what I mean. I am not speaking proper English. That's a language I learned. I can't speak it properly. Right, transform, flip across the z-axis, merge. There we go. All right. This head's looking pretty all right. Next part we'll need to work on is the body. I definitely want Jesse to be in one of their armors and with their enchanted diamond sword and prismarine gauntlet. Now, hold on. Let's see. I don't know how much, like, because like the detail in the armor, a lot of it is like, you know, based off of pixel art. I'll see what I can do. Since you are like in the Discord, you can send me like an image of what you're talking about. But I will say, like, let's not get too over the board, okay? Don't worry though, I'll still make it for you. Let's just not make it like, I don't know what I'm saying. And just make sure to send it to me what you're talking about in the Discord, and then we can talk more about it later. All right, Warcry? Alright. So the next thing that needs to be made is Sans' body. The jacket overtakes it, but I think I got a basis of how it will look. Let's do 7 for the body. For the body. $90. There we go. I can't tell if he has a neck, so I'll just like put it here. And then scale this size up to here. Scale this up to right about here. Scale this down a bit. Let's see, and then maybe like change that a bit. All right. The jacket gives off like the big kind of vibe. I guess what's mainly giving off like the largeness of Sans. But like he does still have like a tummy here. But like underneath it's just a bunch of bones. So that's always the question, how does he have this? Like, I don't understand Undertale. I don't understand it at all, bro. I haven't even played the game. Let's see. I'll focus on that in a minute. And then... Maybe I could actually make it a little bit wider. There we go. There we go. Whenever I made jackets, I'll usually just like sectioned off a specific part of the character's body. Or like I would just use cuts. I'd use cuts and then take those cuts and then extrude them. But, I mean, that might work with Sans. I mean, it looks like it's kind of working. But I'm not fully certain. I mean, here, let me try that. Let me try my method. If that doesn't work, then I'll try to make the jacket off of a different, like, and then with a different method. First, let's do that. Oh, wait, nope. Before we do that, keep forgetting. Isn't this Rouge's? It is, because I hear it every time when... Don't worry about it. It's like a bulky. But then it's like it's got its own unique like design. I could try doing what I did with my Ninjala models as well, where I extruded it, and then for one of them they had a hoodie, so I just like made a model, and then like that model was an extension of that. Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, I think that should work. That should work. Yeah, let's try making him some arms. We'll use... I want to try this. I want to try using cubes. No, wait. Do I want to use... Maybe I'll... No. I'll try a 5-sided... Yeah, I'll try a 5-sided cylinder for this one. I was thinking cubes, but I think a 5-sided cylinder would help out more. Only reason I said that because I wanted to try something like Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, but that might not work with how this model is looking currently. So I think this one. So I think a cylinder like this would work better. There we go. You've been doing very good with the 3D animations. I think you have found your passion. Oh, thank you, Warcry. To be honest, yeah, I think I have found something that I'm really good with. I just need to work more on like properly monitoring my motivation and like my ability to do it. Like at the beginning of the stream, I think that was, pretty demonstrated. I was kind of like a little bit too questioning about it, about the state of how I was doing things. But I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try working more on properly making my animations, like properly scheduling time to make animations, work on scripts. And I know I've said that a lot. But this time I'm gonna genuinely mean it because I now have figured out a method. I got like docs. I got like a Google Doc. I got like notes. I got timers set up and all that stuff. I want to make sure I got this thing all on lock now because I want to make sure by next year, I have at least more animations than what I have this year, because that'll be awesome. All right, let's see. Wait, that's a smooth cut. Actually, hold on, let's... Right there. I know when I got out of high school, since I'm graduating within semester, I want to learn more with Flash Studio to make music better. I really do like it a lot. You do you, man. I know you can make some pretty good music. I remember a while back you were doing some pretty good, like you were doing a pretty good job doing some like remixes for the like some Friday Night Funkin' music. I think you could do some pretty good job, man. I think you can make some pretty good music, man. Yeah. There we go. There's his hand. Just stretch real quick. So, it's the only passion that I've really focused on and enjoy doing it. I'd say you do what you enjoy. And if you enjoy it, make sure to put the time that you want to put into doing that passion. Don't burn yourself out over it, but also like if you want to do it, make sure like try to put some good time into doing it. Like I hope that's kind of useful how the way it's coming out. Wait, is that legit? Hold on, I gotta check something. Oh my! We got 10 subscribers during this entire stream. It wasn't on stream, but that's crazy. Hold on, I just got a message. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why on streams I get kind of a bit nervous. I don't know why I do that. I need to build my confidence. I get way more confident on Discord. I don't know. I think that's just. I think that's also just another thing I need to work on. Oh, I just realized. Has there been no music playing for y'all this entire time? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just looked at OBS. The desktop audio has been turned down. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Darn, my bad. Here, let me reset this music playlist for y'all. There we go. Some more like I was just listening to some calm music. I should have. I didn't check that. That's one thing I didn't check. I said them. My bad, guys. My bad. There we go. Alright. Sorry, let's get back into this. So the next thing we need to work on is his legs. His legs can definitely be, like, I think 6 inches, so 6-sided cinders. Yeah, 6-sided, so that, like, when his feet stick out. Diameter. Here, we'll work on the diameter once we put them in. Piggy dipping in the piggy pond. See, so that's the 0 line. Let's move this here. There we go. And then we'll just... No, wait, we will scale it up. Just like that. There we go. You just learned more about it? Well, that's good, man.
It's good to always keep learning. Knowledge is power.
Let's try making it... The overall size of this is... The overall height of this is 3.7. So then let's go ahead, go down here, grab these faces. Shrink them down. Let's make both of them a little longer. Whoa, I didn't know you could do that with the software. I keep learning new things with the software, man. That means this would just need to be... And then this size of this is 4.45. Oops. There you go. And then this is 4.45. Perfect. So then we'll just take this, section that. There we go. Let's shrink that down a bit. Is this looking right? Let's try moving out his jacket over his pants. And doing that with this too. There we go. But now it looks kind of like a tuxedo tail, so let's just fix that. There. This one might be a little too high poly. I think I might have went a little too high poly on the head. Let's see, so let's, ooh, I know. We'll split the head like in half. Nope. Oh, wait. Let's give it a few extra faces, because I realize this is a little too low poly. Like, especially with how the rest of the body's looking. That's a little too many faces. Okay, let's do one here, and then one side. There. That's good. Oops. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then we'll just take the faces. And then extrude, not that wide. We'll do there. Let's move it a little bit like that, yeah. And then take these ones. And position them. That's not it. There. I like that. Now we got his slipper. Okay. Pretty sharp slipper. His feet look a bit thin. Maybe if I, let me see, if I do this, will this make it look a lot better? Probably. Let's see. First, and yeah, I think that looks like a pretty decent Sans. Yeah. I'm kind of liking how it's looking. Gotta remove those ones though for texturing. Let's go ahead and move his head a little forward though. A little low. Might go back and change his head. Kind of like how I'm gonna go back later and change this one's head. Make it look a little more accurate to how it looks in these drawings, rather than how I want it to look in my style. The body will be the same. I just want to, like, you know, fix the head a little bit. Oh, that's not Sans. That's not Sans.
This is a project we gotta work on later.
And by later, I mean probably another work stream. All right. Woo! I don't like how this is turning out now. Yeah. Let's go ahead and right, we need to give him a hoodie. Let's see. So let me quickly look at a Sans model. There's one on Sketchfab. That's good. Okay, so it might not be a hoodie. I think I was wrong. But then it's like, it's not a hoodie. But then like the Nintendo version is a hoodie. Oh, it's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell. No, it is a hoodie. It's just scrunched up. Like how an actual hoodie works. I'm just overthinking it. Alright. Okay, I know what I can do. So it goes like that. Let's go ahead and... Right, so we just added that. So we're not going to add that again real quick. We're going to undo that. So no, that's too low. Let me see, let me remove the arm real quick. Alright, that's good. And then slide that back a bit. Yeah. Let me try putting on a shading. But that's not on when there's no shading. Just in case, let's put that there. Just make sure the shading doesn't freak out. That's a little too high. That's why I didn't make it that high, I forgot. Let's go sand. It's because Sans' head, yeah. There we go. Kind of gives off a hoodie vibe. Alright. Now all we have to do is texture sands. Oh, wait. I have something else I need to add. Let me just... Nope. Sphere. I kind of like the diamond eye. I might keep it like this. Oop. There. Actually, nah. Something like that. Actually, there. Not like one of those not like an AU sands. It's not what I'm trying to make. I'm just kind of like the idea of giving him something like that. There we go. There we go. Now all I need to do is texture him. Actually, maybe it would be better if I actually did do it like this. So that I don't have to worry about anything not being mirrored. Cerns. I like to name things funny sometimes, or just like name things oddball, like a weird letter or stuff. There we go. Oh, it accidentally kept the face thing. There. Oh, it kept it either way. There. That fixed that. I make that mistake a lot sometimes where I accidentally forget to like remove that, like, you know, a copy of a face over another face. Then I gotta go back, delete that, and then maneuver that face into the texture box. It's kind of annoying. There we go. Let me actually make it white real quick for the element. Not too white. Let's try this kind of white. The eye will be pure white though. Oops. That's fine. Let's see. Let's draw a normal face real quick. This needs to be rotated. That needs to be moved. Sort of, yeah. I think this needs to be rotated. It's not purely straight yet. This needs to be rotated. This might help out more. I'll fix the mouth once I fix this. There we go. On. There we go. Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Means that face is way too close. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. One, two, three, four, five, six, eight. And the rest of it will be black. Or presumed black. I'll make it a slightly darker color. This won't be like the final colors of it. I'll do something like I did for Sovereign, where, like, you know, I'll kind of go more into the colors. There we go. Looks like a fresh start for Sans. Darn, wait. Nope. Sorry, thought I saw something for a second. Dang it, come on, man. Right, let's resume. Textures. Give me one sec. Tools. Where's my plaster? Hold on. Do I have that tool? I don't install that. Plaster. Medium. Plaster tool is pretty useful. Not for me though, because those lines are still there. Start normal lines. As you can see, the plaster tool kind of changes the mesh's UV mapping as you can see right here. It's so that, like, if there's any texture bleeding, it can fix that. I'm trying to see if it'll fix that for me. Let me see. What if I do now? It's still there. Did it, like, do it? It did a major effect. So that means that's, like, a face issue. Maybe if I click it here. It doesn't look like it's an easy fix. That might just be from the wiring of the model itself. Because those don't look like texture lines. At least I don't think. There's a way to check. Hold on. Yeah, no. If it was texture bleeding, then I would be able to see Sans' coat. But no, it's not texture bleed. So it might just be a bit of a... It might just be the line seeping through, because it might be because of all the mess here. My bad. Sorry. It's just there you go. Let's get to the next part. There we go. Ah, it had a double. Oh, it's just the grid. Oh wait. Is it that color? No, that color is more of a hot color, so we'll just use. Looks like Sans has got his base colors down, so I made some good progress on him today. I really gotta limit this less to just being on stream, like, you know, doing lots of progress like this. And I gotta stop talking about it like this, man.
Keep it to yourself.
Alright. Well, I'd say for now that we made some pretty good progress. We were able to technically finish the Red Severin. He was, in a way, somewhat finished before the stream started. But I still had to do a lot of different texture work, and there was a few things I corrected about his model. But technically now he is finished. I might go back and change his head. I'm not fully certain. I think the head looks fine, but the back of it I'll definitely need to go and alter that because it does look pretty weird. But yeah, I'll definitely do a few more changes on this guy. I might make his head more similar to how it looks in this art. Or her head. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be mean. We'll save that real quick. Battle Cat's all done, so the person who requested it. Let me grab the username who requested that. My bad, my bad, I did not mean to stop the music. There we go. It was Dianco Fernandez. Dianco Fernandez, here's the Battle Cat. He's right here now. So, yeah, the Battle Cat's technically done for now. Or, well, technically is done. I might go back and fix some of the dithering and add a bit of shading, and fix the shading on the back too. As for eBay Dirt Block, I am working on Sans Undertale now. So, should be done. And Tenna from Deltarune, I'll try working on that one next. Or maybe, I might work on a different one next, maybe like Senku or someone else. But for now, we'll be done for today. I might do some, off-stream work on the other models. So that next stream, y'all have other stuff to look at. And I'll make sure to work more on my animations, I want to make sure y'all have a lot of fun stuff to watch, for like, this month and for, the upcoming time this year. As well for next year, because I'll definitely have a lot of time for that. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And thank you so much for subscribing. And I'll talk to y'all later. See y'all later.